Hello and welcome to the 5th episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition blind playthrough by Old Man Memo. And last episode we were fighting a big fight against the Fuji Corporation mercenaries because we were hired to make an extraction from Lily Lai, which have been an person who had been made some experiments with the colonization on there, and which went a little bit wrong. So she hired me through the Yamatetsu Corporation, and they will try to find a cure for that. Today we are again back into the detention, or in camp, where we are held kind of hostage by our HKPF boss. So let's see what briefing we will get after extraction. The Impound lot. The night sky stretches out around you like neon-streaked velvet. Huang and his Fuji security forces are lying dead in the street, and Lily is safely away with Yamatetsu. Though you are unsure for how long. Who knows if Yamatetsu will use Lily as a test subject, but Fuji had their chance to cure her and failed. Maybe this way she'll be able to live longer than a few months, even if it costs her some freedom. As the aircraft descends toward the impound lot, you begin gathering your gear and prepare to disembark. Continue. Objective edit: infiltrate the Shiawei's research laboratory. Anyway, we will spend right the karma on the king. And that should be fine. We'll see what will bring us the next mission. First thing, let's talk to... Let's check the mission computer, and then we'll see. Then we will talk with everybody else. Your workstation and mission computer. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 0 unread messages. Open the jobs directory. Claim payment for extracting Lillian Lay. You submit the job as finished and await the response. A few moments later, a message pops onto the screen. 2,500 yuan. From Lillian Lay to Mamu. I attached to your fee. Thanks again for what you did. I know things didn't go quite as planned. I'm impressed you stuck it out. Yamatetsu's already began a battery of tests, and they're preparing the first experimental treatments to cure me. Fingers crossed, I might just pull through this in one piece. Go back. We'll see if something happens and the story next. But let's access the Shadowrun BBS. Boy data for sale. Nothing, as expected. And the keywords. Topics matching local keywords. Threat: Decker still looking for a team. Experienced decker still looking for a team to run with. Potential for a long-term arrangement. I'm getting by on solo work, but I can take on most job without a team. Seriously, anyone will do. Shenzhen Joe. Requirements. You must not take experimental stims during runs. You must not tamper with chemicals in secret labs. You must know how to properly operate moped. You must listen to your decker when your decker says, I don't have control of that turret yet. You must have a good sense of humor. Optional. Shenzhen Joe. Hey, I'm with a group that could really use a decker. My buddies are a street sam and weapons specialist, and I'm a chamois, follower of dog. Also, we're new to Shadowrunning, so we'd be grateful for your expertise and connection. GOG. When you say you're new, how new? Shenzhen Joe. We know what it's like to be on the streets, pulling small heights, smashing and grabbing, surviving. We're used to steering clear of triad stooks, operating under their radar. We're from the walled city, see? GOG. You're from the walled city? As in, you lived there until the riots? That was a real unlucky place to for a long time. I'm just not sure. Shenzhen Joe. Come on, SJ. You think we might be unlucky? We're green, but we're not idiots. We know about you, about your team. People talk. Well, we're willing to take the chance. We believe that our luck has turned. Maybe your bad luck streak has broken too. Only one way to find out. GOG. Fine. I shouldn't be superstitious. We'll just find the right middle ground to start with. You did review my list of requirements about, right? Shenzhen Joe. Oh yeah, this is going to be a blast. GOG. No more posts in this thread. So this is a decker from a group which were searching for a decker through the whole campaign, and looks like the newest decker is the only one who stayed alive from them. So, new thread, push pins. Hey all, I'm really freaked out. I live alone, and more or less my own custom-built panic room. Real secure. Everything was normal when I went to bed last night, but this morning I found a threatening message on my bulletin board. Pinky swear. What kind of message? Oxfist. It was some kind of weird poem, and it was written out in pushpins. It said, Shadow ruining thing, I know what you did last night. Have a nice day. J. So, what the hell? Pinky swear. I'd say you pissed someone off, mate. Oxfist. There's gotta be a simple explanation. Who's got it in for you? I'm curious who J could be, but what I really want to know is, what did you do last night? Crumpeteer. I was on a run, man. Nothing special. Can talk about it. You know, Pinky swear. Au contraire, Pinky swear, is the key to the mystery. Would you hit? Any megaport could punch through your flimsy personal security system like a drunk orc with cyberfist opening birthday present. Harbor Red. What corporate names begin with J? Genraku, Just Technology, oh, JRJ, International, Crumpeteer. You're an idiot, Crumpeteer. No corporation's going to track down a runner just to leave a nasty message in pushpins. No. This is a dark and highly personal vendetta. Phoenix Ascending. No more post in this thread. Police records. HKPF got me. Was getting booked and Sim Shatsui when crazy shit went down. Massive hack, all records corrupted. Partner managed to toss a flashbang, so we're bouncing. But I clutched the matrix connection to see what happened before backups restored. Sending, and we're out. Mr. Bruce. Path thinking, Mr. P. Let's have a look, shall we? New NK. What the? Who did this? All the profiles read like this. Newbie Eva Young was blamed for central bank thefts framed by informants. Yankee Noodle. Wait, that's me. This is the truth. I got set up, but no idea how, but the pics had everything. My face on video feeds, fingerprints, the race. I had to stick to the shadows inside the shadows to keep out of lockup. Ooh, I bet I even know who sold me now. GNU I. But I resent being called a newbie. GNU I. It's the mark, huh? These files are going to make for some interesting reading material. New NK. No more posts in this thread. Secessious Vladivostok Adventure. My special friend Icy Sesha has concocted some flaky new get-rich-quick scheme in Vladivostok. Don't be stingy. Pull out that red stick and back Sesha's Pay My Way campaign. Help fund the thing, and we can get him out of HK for good. Pendatex. Geez, Pendatex, that's not exactly a ringing endorsement. You do actually support Sasha, right? Happy Valley girl. Sasha's my ex, Pendatex. Right, okay, I guess I'm pitching in. Happy Valley girl. Thanks, Pendatex. We can't undo the past, but we can get me out of your life forever. I see, Sasha. You do have a way with words. Pendatex. No more posts and these threats. Go back. And back and walk away. So, let's talk to our crew. Mr. Gaichu first. Gaichu is polishing a sword, humming a tune to himself as he works. When you enter, he sheathes the blade and inclines his head toward you. Hello, my friend. How may I be of service to you? What do you think of that last run? The gull spreads his hands with a satisfied look. That was the sort of mission that I live for, to be honest. A high-risk insertion into a secure facility, a complicated extraction that doesn't go accordingly to plan, and a final showdown with some of the better soldiers that the mega corporations have to offer. It gives me a feeling like eating a fine meal used to, that same sense of satisfaction that suffuses oneself. Is the kind of legendary run that I expect the Shadows will be talking about for years to come. I hope not. Our work relies on us staying anonymous. Ah, but that is the beauty of becoming a legend. You are known by your street name for your deeds, and in becoming myth, the real you bleeds away. People speak only for the mythic you. No one knows where you live, only that few stood against many. There is a poetry in this, I think. I cannot honestly vouch that Yamatetsu will be a better place for her than Fuchi. Their medical teams may find something Fuchi missed, but I think it unlikely. What I can tell you is that they are less draconian about company loyalty than Fuchi. If she should survive, I suspect that she will prosper. Gaichu sighs, lifting his hands helplessly. I hope the best for her. I really do, but it seems like such a waste on all fronts. Lose your lifetime of service and your pride in order to survive, or die betrayed by the company that you gave those years to in the first place. Was there anything else you needed? I think I have already asked him this. Let's see it. Once Creed has been handled, what do you think you'll do? This is a subject that I have been considering. I enjoy working with this team, and I think that life in the shadows is my fate. But still, Gaichu bobs his head, lost in thought. I've been considering a vacation. Where on earth can girl go on a vacation? Gaichu folds his arm, expressing indignant. Well, there is the obvious choice of Samando, but other locales stands out as well. Haiti, for instance, gulls are feared yet honored there, as they have been known to prey upon the corpse cadavers that infest the countryside. From what I have read, my kind are regarded as something akin to corpse janitors there. I have also been considering Bali, warm weather, a society very tolerant of awakened creatures, and a healthy respect and fear for Leak, which are not unlike girls. I would not mind exploring a jungle island, diving in the coral reefs, and generally trying to avoid having my head hunted for a bounty. He smiles and sighs heavily. Doesn't sound like too bad a time when you put it that way. No, I should think not. Gaichu claps on the shoulder, smiling. Perhaps you will have to come with me. Together we could explore the water around Padang Bai. Bali has become quite a travel point for mystics, enlightenment seekers, and other interested in the awakened side of the sixth world. This is why girls are safe there, relatively speaking. We are considered to be a part of the natural world, rather than vermin. Gaichu grins mischievously, and should anyone cross me, I will simply shout that I'm a servant of Queen Rangda, and that I will keep them safe from her wrath if they venerate me. After all, I do wear her colors of red, black and white. Who would risk the wrath of a demon of that, eh? Talks to you later, Gaichu. Okay, nothing else here, so let's talk to Rector. Welcome back. Was there something else that you needed? What do you think of that last run? I won't lie to you, my friend. The little eye extractions tried my patience. I'm not a babysitter, and being forced to endure. Indeed, to protect a loud-mouthed brat set my teeth on edge. He examines his fingernails. In truth, I'm rather proud that I was able to restrain Koshchei from silencing her permanently. You would have killed the child. Does that surprise you? You already know that I am incapable of feeling remorse. He shrugs. When Koshchei rips men to shreds on job, I feel nothing save for the warm satisfaction of a job well done. I can imagine that silencing little I would have felt any different. The drone stands statue still, motionless save for the ceaseless weaving of its pedipalps. The red glow from its visual sensors pulses as it focuses on you. That said, for the record, I have not harmed any children to date. There are some lines that no civilized man should not cross, regardless of the state of his conscience. I'm glad to hear that we're on the same page then. Fear not, my friend. You have nothing to worry about from me. Considering how things worked out, though, it might have been better for Miss Lay if I had taken her life. It certainly would have been cleaner. For Miss Lay's sake, I hope that her trust in Matetsu pays dividends, and that she doesn't wind up strapped to a dissection table. It's a slim hope, I think. Most likely her organs are already picking in formaldehyde, but a slim hope is better than none, is it not? Now, do you have any other questions, or shall I return to my work? Have you been doing any more design work on Koshchei recently? As a matter of fact, I have. Nothing that I'll be fabricating anytime soon, mind you. But I've been exploring a recent obsession, trying to hammer it into something useful. His lips curls into a rueful smile. The concept is somewhat, how to put it, avant-garde, perhaps, but with time, I hope to put it to the test. Tell me more about this avant-garde concept of yours. Perhaps, and would be best if I showed you. Just a moment. I clear away the clutter so that you can see for yourself. He turns to his terminal and rattles off a series of commands. The windows that grow the display disappear. You're left with a perspective view of something that looks like a cross between a scorpion's leg and the jawbone of a large carnivore. The entire assembly bristles with jagged, tooth-like protrusions. Our encounter with the Yama King was a revelatory experience for me. To see such a being up close, to watch how it moved with my own eyes, to observe the crenellations of its flesh and the sculpted ivory of its crown. He spreads his hands. I was, for lack of a better word, inspired. Suppose I can't blame you. Kenya inspired a lot of people. You're speaking of the nightmares, of course. He taps a fresh cigarette out of the pack in his pocket, lights it and hangs it from his lower lip. I suspect that the queen with 1,000 teeth left an indelible mark on us all. He turns back to his terminal and steps a key with a finger. The window containing the model leg disappears. At any rate, I'm still a long way from fabricating anything usable. Emulating the physiology of a creature that should not exist is proving to be quite the design challenge. It is, however, a wonderful way to kill time between jobs, and who knows, against all odds, this work might one day bear fruit. Only time will tell. Good run. Later. Okay, let's get to our room. No sleep, but I need to pick up something from stash because I have lost all the healing stuff. This and let's take this. Duncan next. Need something? What do you think of that last run? You mean the one where I was stuck here on the Kraken? He rubs his chin contemplatively. Yep, I remember that. Boring as shit. Anything else? Hey Duncan, have you noticed all the bird crap in the Kraken? What gives? Dunno, I haven't seen any. His lips part and he snaps his fingers. Actually, hey, now you mention it, I might have heard a bird. He nods thoughtfully. Yeah, that's right. I thought that maybe it was just a rat scratching around inside the walls, but it didn't really sound like one. Little fucker kept me up a couple nights ago. Does it count as an infestation if there's only one? If it's keeping me awake, then fuck yes, it does. It needs to die. That seems a little extreme. Maybe you can smoke it out, or something. I'm not bombing my room for a fucking bird. I'll just lure it out somehow. As long as I don't wake up in the night to you calling, "Here, birdie, birdie, birdie." Even with his eyes covered, you can feel his eyes narrowing. Ha ha, not a chance. I've got a feeling that this whole thing is gonna wind up be a real pain. He looks around and shakes his head. Jesus, this place. Can't wait to get out of here. Gotta run. Later. Okay, time for go bed. Gobet raises an eyebrow. Another day in paradise, Mamu. Seriously though, we should get on that run for Q and Lamb. The sooner we hit that police station, the sooner we can watch Krait's messy public downfall. I'm not usually one for spectator sports, but this is one that I want a front row seat for. Don't worry, Gubbet, we'll hit the station soon enough. Good. So, what's up with you? What do you think of that last run? That Lily was a precocious little scamp, wasn't she? Oh, piss and wine that one. I mean, she was older than both of us put together, and the bratty kid thing was just an act. But she had been going for a while there. Giving her to Yamatetsu was the job, so mission accomplished there, whatever Fuchi says. And between the two of them, it's kind of a wash, right? I mean, they're both soulless megacorps. Neither one is terribly likely to have Lily's best interest at heart. She shrugs. It was a coin flip. Hope we choose right for Lily's sake. But hey, at least we got paid. Anyway, let's talk about something else. Got any more questions for me? If so, go ahead. I'm all ears. After we kill Krait, what's the next for you? Got any big plans? She shrugs. Not really. I'm happy where I'm at. Even Auntie Cheng's has gotten nicer since the whole Walled City thing. What about you? You thinking of doing something different after this all is over? I don't know. Maybe. I haven't put a lot of thought into it. Yeah, well, don't think too hard. Things would get boring around here if you took off. I don't do well with boredom. Of course, even if you were to screw off somewhere, I'd keep tabs on you. It's what friends do. I'd prefer it if you stayed, though. You're the only person on this boat who's brave enough to eat my cooking. Gotta run. Later. Yeah, your cooking is an adventure itself. It's one to the touch. And Isabel. Stale metallic air fills Isabel's cabin. The round window, and that's usually correct, is shut tight, and it feels like the temperature in the room has raised somewhat, maybe due to the lack of ventilation. Isabel is on her knees, hunched over her cyberdeck, typing vigorously. You can see sweat bedding on her forehead. She looks exhausted. She pauses and sits up for a moment. 4:19 a.m. 1 Nano Drive. What? Isabel turns toward you. A pair of tired eyes meet your gaze. Her shoulders look stiff, as if she's been hunched over for a while, and a single red cable protrudes from the dark mass of their hair. She repeats herself. 1 Nano Drive. She leans back down and continues to click away on her deck. 4:48 a.m. 1 splitter. 5:33 a.m. Small double-ended cable bundle. Her voice suddenly turns angry as her fingers jam the keyboard, and my favorite hairband. She suddenly lurches upright and looks at you, her brow furrowed, and proceeds to stare in silence. I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe you should rest. Her lips pucker as she studies your face. No, not until I catch that damn bird. Come again? The decker moans, clearly irritated. She closes her eyes and rubs her temples. For a few weeks now, my things have been disappearing. I didn't notice it at first because it was just small objects, mostly food wrappers. But once my hairband went missing, I started looking around and I realized that quite a few of my smaller possessions were gone. I've never seen you wear a hairband. She nods. She shoots you a sassy, narrow-eyed look. You wouldn't have, because it's missing. And last night I finally saw the culprit, a damned bulbul. I was jacked into the Matrix doing some routine task when something came through my window. I watched it land on the wooden floor and hop around like it was searching for someone. Her eyes go wide and she stares ahead. It was the Bulbul and it was looking for me. But I was in the Matrix. My body was right here. She pats the floor near her computer. The stupid thing stared at me until I knew I wasn't awake. Then I rifled through my stuff and started carrying things away. She motions to her cyberdeck. It came back 4 times in 2 hours. I'm accessing my Matrix logs here to confirm the times. Shit, I needed that splitter too. It's just a bird, Isabel. No reason to get this worked up about it. Just keep your window closed. That's not the problem. If I'd just took it to food and garbage, I wouldn't care. But it's taking valuable components and accessories, some of which I built and modified myself. Hours of work gone. I need to figure out where the Bulbul's stashing, what it's stealing. I need to get my things back. If anyone with any kind of technical savvy finds them before I do, I have no doubt that they'll end up on the black market. Stupid beard doesn't know what it's sitting on a fortune in custom parts. Isabel weirdly runs a hand through her hair. Her fingers stumble upon the red cable and she plucks it out. With a look of mild disgust, she sighs. Alright, I gotta crack down on this memo, so if you need something from me, tell me what it is now. What do you think of that last run? I wasn't there. I was sitting here on the boat, tooling around on the octopus and wishing that we were still docked in Hioi. So yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. Any more questions? That's all for now. See ya! Okay, so the bird is doing bad thing for 2 of our members. Let's go out and see what's new and lot. Hui stands off to the side, his eyes fixed on the PDA in his hands. He doesn't appear to notice you. You see his mouth part and the muscles in his neck tense as he takes a deep breath, then slowly releases it. Runner, what is it this time? How did you know that it was me? He motions to your feet, eyes still on his PDA. Your footsteps. You can tell a lot about a person by the sound of their footfall, their weight, their height, if they're carrying something heavy, if they're struggling to stay upright, if they got cybered limbs, if they're angry, scared or happy. The sound of your feet reveals a lot. I simply took note of your stride when we first met. No, I always know when you are coming. He shrugs, then switches his PDA display screen off. He looks at you. Just a little something I picked up on the streets, but I'm sure you're here with other business. Name it. I have to go. He waves you away. Go on then. Okay, nothing new from him. The quartermaster. Back for some more gear. If you got the scratch, I can hook you up. Tell me a little about yourself, Sergeant. He chuckles. Don't really think there's all that much to say. Been on the force for 22 years now, and I've been loaning out gear for most of it. Got a wife back home, a couple of kids. That's about it, really. His sentence trails into an awkward silence. Look, I've never really been on for small talk. You wanna talk about armor or armaments? What kind of secure-tech fabric is best for stopping a ceramic knife? I'm your main. If you're looking for anything else, though, you're barking up to the wrong tree. Not trying to be unfriendly, mind you. I'm just not a people person per se. Fair enough. Suit yourself. So, you have some other business here, or how we get involved with this task force? He shrugs. Good, assigned to it, the same way that most of the constables here were. Believe it or not, this wasn't a volunteer assignment for most of us. When the Executive Council hands you an edict, you follow it. I need supplies. Let me see. Would you go on the wreck? What can you interested in? Let's see the armor. Okay, I have the best one for a decker. Okay, no need for that. Anything else? No, thanks. Suit yourself. So you have some other business here, or see you later and walk away. I don't think there is anything in the medical trailer, but just check it. Just in case. A massive titanium chamber with wire and reinforced windows looms over you. The machine itself is cold to the touch. The chill seems to be emanating from the assembly area within. To the right of the machine, a holographic display provides a 3D view of the cyberware packages that are available for installation. With a crackle, a pre-recorded message plays. Welcome to the warehouse, a product of Cryogen Incorporated. Please select your desired service. Browse the kiosk's selection of cyberware. So, we have 3000 new yens. Well, not gonna buy anything for now. Let's check the kiosk. A long surgical bed illuminated in blue extends from the kiosk. At the foot of the machine rests a bright digital interface, accompanied by the universal medical symbol. The video demos of the kiosk various medical procedures stop as it senses your approach. The screen switches its display to a generic greeting. Automated Health Service Station number 1-7730S. Patient recognized as male, dwarf, adult. A bright red smiley face appears on the screen. How may I serve you today? Choose the option marked Automated Procedures. Error. The red smiley face suddenly turns into a sad, frowny face. Scan results shows no internal or external damage that requires emergency medical attention. Please select a valid option from the list below. Choose the option marked Medical Supplies. Okay, 1000 for this one. Oh, no. Oh well, at some point 150 for this one. We'll see. But we have full inventory of that. So nothing new. Nothing new in there. Sergeant Lung. Lung taps the butt of her cigarette. The ash caught in the sea breeze disappears behind her in a whirl of wind. The breeze lulls briefly, then abruptly changes directions, causing the tip of her cigarette to glow angrily in response. Takes some getting used to. The veteran on the docks or working with a Shadowrunner? Both. She takes a long drag on her cigarette, her eyes trained on yours. Neither. I worked in an office before this, and a desk in a place that we called Cubicle Row. You know, that you know what I'm talking about. Hundreds of little boxes all covered in paperwork. Mine had a perfect view of the corner office. The windows here shuttered most of the time. I'm not used to seeing open skies and smelling unrefined air. She sweeps her wind-tossed bangs behind her ear, cigarette smoke billowing across her face at the motion. The criminals that I work with were all names on documents. Really? Did I have to interact with them in person? I'm just trying to adjust. That's all. Interesting change. Requested or ordered? I requested it. Needed to mix things up. She waves her hand dismissively, cigarette smoke trailing behind it. Something you need from me, runner? I have to go. She nods back to it. Okay. I think that's it. So let's talk to Jomo. Jomo is busy gulping down some manners of cheap Singaporean beer, the label marked with a golden medallion. He raises a hand in greetings. Hello, hello. What can I do for you, my friend? Let's see what you're selling, Jomo. Okay, Cyberdex. Still need some nuance to get that best one. And programs, the crypt I have the best. Boost is the worst. Degrade. Oh. I think I buy this one. For now. You need anything else? Let's see what you're selling, Jomo. Oh, I forgot to sell. Degrade to 0. Huh. Well, let's sell it. I really hope I have. Oh, it's missing here, so I should have it. Well, let's go back. You need anything else? I think it's time to pay Shivais a visit, Jomo. Go to the underwater research lab. And I'll take Duncan this time. Go bet. And as always, Rakter. Yep, that's the best crew for me. Let's go. Travel to the underwater lab. Confirm. And that was the end of the 5th episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition bonus campaign playthrough by Old Man Memo. We were back in the Impound lot and we have taken up the reward for our last run, talked some people, and from my party I found out that we have some new enemy and a Kraken. A nice bulbul bird. Well, not so nice for Isabel, but let's see how the story will unfold in the underwater research station. So, thanks a lot for being here with me again, and if you enjoyed it, feel free to follow me on Twitch and subscribe to my YouTube channel. But for now, enjoy the rest of your day.